At my father's birthday, my stepbrother announced, Dad and I are going into business together, family only. He looked right at me. Dad nodded. I stood to leave. As I reached the door, I said, good luck without the investor. I was the silent partner funding your last 3 ventures. The Capitol Grill smelled like expensive steak and bad decisions. Dad's 65th birthday, 30 people, extended family, business colleagues. Jason stood at the head of the table, tapping his wine glass, wearing a suit that was too tight. I have an announcement, he said, grinning. My stepbrother, always the star, always the golden boy. Dad and I are launching a new company, R&J Logistics, father-son operation. He placed his hand on Dad's shoulder. Possessive. We're keeping it tight, Jason continued, looking directly at me. Family only. No outsiders. Just the men getting it done. Family only. The phrase hit me like a punch. I looked at Dad, waiting for him to correct it, to say I was family too. But Dad just smiled, nodded, looked at Jason with pride. Pride he'd never shown me. I'm a senior VP at a Fortune 500 logistics company, but to them, I'm the quiet one who handles details. The bill would land near my plate, like always, because Jason forgot his wallet. 10 years of this, 10 years of being the safety net. I'd funded Jason's dreams in secret to protect Dad, to buy his love, the craft brewery in 2016. Brewhaven needed $150,000. Dad was going to mortgage the house. I couldn't let that happen, so I created Argus Capital, a shell company, made it look like a real investor. Jason thought he was a genius, getting real backing. The brewery failed in 18 months. I lost everything, but I stayed silent. Then the tech startup, Cryptic Solutions, the blockchain app that had no blockchain. $220,000 down the drain. I didn't say a word. Then the real estate flip, the Victorian house on Elm Street, $340,000 gone. Total, nearly $600,000 of my money, keeping Jason's ego inflated. And now this, family only. I stood up slowly, picked up my clutch. Where are you going? Jason asked, smirk fading. We haven't had cake. I'm leaving. Dad looked at me, annoyed. Sit down. Don't make a scene. I'm not making a scene, I said. I'm celebrating your new venture. I walked around the table, toward the door, everyone watching. My hand touched the brass handle. I stopped, turned back. Good luck, I said clearly. Jason raised his glass. Thanks, bro. No hard feelings. You'll need it, I continued, since you're cutting out your primary investor. Jason laughed. What investor? Dad's putting up the capital? No, I said. I'm talking about me. The room went quiet. I'm the silent partner who funded Brewhaven, the one who put $220,000 into Cryptic Solutions, the one who's been keeping you afloat. Jason's smile died. What are you talking about? Dad said. His investor was Argus Capital, a private equity firm. I own Argus Capital, I said. Single member LLC. Check the registration, Jason. I pulled out my phone, showed Dad the business documents. Argus's was my childhood dog, the one Dad made me give away when Jason moved in. Dad's face went white. You funded him? Dad stammered. Every penny. $600,000 total. I kept your house safe 3 times over. I stayed silent because Jason asked me to, because he wanted to prove himself to you. I looked at Jason. His face was red, sweating. But now, I continued, I'm not silent anymore, and I'm calling in the loans. All of them. You can't, Jason shouted. Read your contracts. I can call them anytime, and there are clawback clauses for misuse of funds. I pulled up another document on my phone, like the $14,500 you wired for brewery equipment that actually paid for your BMW lease, or the $50,000 for server hosting that paid for your bachelor pad in Austin. Dad looked at Jason. Is that true? Jason's mouth opened, closed. No words came out. Every transaction is documented, I said. Bank records, receipts, invoices for fake vendors. The room was frozen. 30 people watching Jason's empire crumble. As of tonight, I said, Argus Capital is freezing all accounts. My lawyer is filing breach of contract suits tomorrow morning. And Dad, I looked at my father. The personal guarantee you signed in 2016, that makes you liable for Jason's debts, unless you dissolve R&J Logistics immediately and sign financial power of attorney to me. Dad's face crumbled. You'd sue your own father? I'm suing the guarantor of a defaulted loan, I said. You wanted family only? You got it. But the family member with the money just walked out. I opened the door. Behind me, chaos erupted. Jason yelling. Dad demanding answers. Sheila crying. I walked into the parking lot. My phone started buzzing immediately. Jason, Dad, Sheila. I silenced it. Got in my car. Started the engine. In my rearview mirror, I saw Jason burst through the restaurant doors, running after me. Too late. I pulled out of the parking lot. The silent partner had finally found his voice, and the family-only business just learned what family really cost them.
Full story on channel link below.